Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back with another recording of Hearthstone. Today is, let's see, Monday, April 2nd, so we're in the shadow of April Fool's Day. That's going to affect a lot of our news. We're going through the news kind of slowly. Let's play 50 Mage cards and 50 Druid class cards. Let's see if we've got that. We also have a new card back, so... do I want to stick with the candle? I guess I will. And mage cards. If I'm playing classic mage, how much of this is how many of these are mage cards? Let's just play classic mage and try that out. Because that was our system to try and get higher in ranked. Let's see, rank 24, classic mage, begin. Let's see, and start covering the news. I'm going to try and rush through the news a little bit faster than what I've been doing. So PC Gamer has an article, GDDR6 memory production may point to NVIDIA launching new graphics cards this summer. It could be several months before NVIDIA releases its next round of graphics cards. I mean, they always release them at the same time, so any speculation that anything is going to change there is kind of crazy. They always release them, I think, around the first of the year. Not January 1st, but the first couple months of the year, which then puts you in a weird position because you've probably already spent a bunch of money on other things, and then unless you were saving up money, you can't afford a expensive $400, $500, $600 game. Well, not game, but $400, $500, $600 video card. That's what I meant to say. Let's see. The odd sort of sequel to a very odd game that came out a long time ago called The Lost Child. That's the current game. Is going to come out in North America on June 19th and June 22nd. And it will launch physically for the PS4 and Switch. What was the name of the game that it's a sort of sequel to? It's something like Enoch Legend of the Metatron. Is sort of the sequel, although the game seems like it's completely different. The animation looks like it's completely different. The gameplay style seems like it's completely different. But I think there's some weird connection. Moving on, I guess. Shanti Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition will launch May 8th in North America. Let's see what it's coming out for. The Nintendo Switch. So it's already... there's like no real Ultimate Edition, physical edition that you could get for PC. And so if you get the Switch, you're getting an art box and a soundtrack and an art book and limited edition type stuff. Limited edition type stuff that's not really that limited. Owlboy is coming out for the PS4, Xbox One on April 10th. A physical edition for the PS4 and Switch on May 29th. I've relatively recently played Owlboy, so maybe that'll get me a few more views since these games came out. I didn't really like it, honestly. It seemed like it was overhyped and highly critically acclaimed for not doing that much. A game called Chasm, CHASM, launches for the PS4, Vita, and PC this summer. Let's see what this is. It was funded on Kickstarter in 2013. Let's see. Chasm is an action-adventure game where you play a new recruit undertaking your first missions for the Gildian Kingdom. Let's see. Scroll down, scroll down. Let's watch the trailer and see what kind of game this looks like, because what it looks like means almost as much as what it says it is. You know what it looks like? It looks exactly like Metroid Castlevania. It looks like Castlevania. Or maybe you would say Rogue Legacy instead. But because honestly, Castlevania in a modern instance is gonna look better than this, where this is 18-bit pixel, 16-bit pixel graphics, pixely graphics. This looks interesting, however. Like, this is the first game of the day that's caught my interest enough, I suppose. That game City of Brass is going to launch May 4th, which is insane because if you had asked me yesterday, I would have said City of Brass launched 4 months ago. It must have come out in early access. And the animation for City of Brass is fine. It's just the gameplay is not interesting at all. And I don't think people are going to play it. So this probably will be the biggest failure for the first half of the year at the very least, as far as a release. It's available in early access right now on Steam for $24.99. Let's see, 4 damage and mirror. Let's hit this and this and this and hit that. Yeah, City of Brass. Not gonna work. There's a game on Steam that came out today called Outbreak: The Nightmare Chronicles. It's I suppose, continuation of Outbreak, a game I haven't heard of. They have a lot of DLC and a lot of different versions of Outbreak. Outbreak Deluxe Edition, Outbreak Core Apocalypse, Outbreak Deluxe Apocalypse, Outbreak The New Nightmare. What is this? Like, one thing I noticed with a lot of these games that come out, they don't even bother to list their own company as a logo at the beginning. This looks like a fan-made parody, I guess is what you would call it, of Resident Evil, with sort of good graphics in some instances. I know that there was a Alone in the Dark game that sort of, I guess Resident Evil and Alone in the Dark are pretty much the same thing, and I should just reference Resident Evil. You're playing as this girl wandering around, and there's zombies in the house. What's the review? They say it's rated M. I don't know if I believe them. It's 10% off for $4.49 for the Nightmare Chronicles, but the complete edition is 10% off for $13.49, and if you buy the whole bundle, it's 23% off for $35.48. I gotta see some reviews on this because this could be a good game. There are no reviews on this. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Let's go back to Outbreak 1. It has mixed reviews. And it's a top-down real-time strategy looking game. Doesn't look that good at all. So then Outbreak the New Nightmare. It's mostly positive. 77% of 133 reviews. Oh, this is weird. So they transitioned it from a top-down 8-bit animation style into 3D animation, and in that transition they seem to make a decent game. And then the Nightmare Chronicles is the new one. So it's weird they're trying to build a build a brand on different things. I guess the only thing I can do here is go to the Outbreak New Nightmare and wishlist this game. And we'll just have to see. We'll see if the New Nightmare is a return to the roots co-op survival horror game where you face monster hordes. So yeah, there are all different types of gameplays. So I just wishlisted a co-op game that I don't really want to play. Are these fake games, or is this just somebody trying really, really hard to make something good? Yeah, I'm confused. Just kill this one. Sorry, I'm going quiet here. I'm looking at this and I've hit a wall of confusion. Okay. I've also run into a game called D''Lirium, which apparently looks like a bunch of My Little Pony characters summoning demonic magic. I think this is probably a joke game. It has like 20 people all-time peak playing it, but it caught my attention certainly. Moving forward, something else that should catch everybody's attention, sort of, although who really cares? Valve has quietly gotten rid of the Steam machine sections. I would have thought they should have done that a little bit earlier. It is a good thing, I believe, because this is more evidence that they're focusing on making games and not making relationships with PC makers to make Steam machines. Particularly with Toys R Us going out of business, that's a major person that it just, like, if you were going to sell a Steam certified game that that was designed to play a lot of games, but games on Linux, because that's really where Steam on machine means we're falling down, is that they were all Linux boxes running Steam OS, which is not really a greatly supported and mature operating system, and there's just way too much difficulty to try to get games to run on Linux. So, and the console makers, PC makers just are not going to be super cooperative. That they never are with anybody. They've all got their own agendas, and because of that, they don't. They kind of half-heartedly cooperate, but they don't get into any kind of co-branding. The idea was always a little crazy, anyways. Like, you're gonna have a PS4 on the shelf, you're gonna have a Xbox One on the shelf, and then all of a sudden you're also going to have a plethora of 5 to 20 other PCs, all labeled Steam machines that mean different things. Like, I don't think so. That's too much inventory. There's a game that came out today called Sudoku Zenkai, Zenkai. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything crazy here. It seems like there are different symbols instead of just numbers, which is only going to make it more difficult. Like, there's a whole collection of different symbols and letters that it uses. So if you find Sudoku too easy and want to pay $1.79, 10% off, you've got the game. Let's see. Let's keep playing. I guess you got a game that probably would interest you. So I'm gonna follow or wishlist this game. I guess I'll just wishlist it and see. This is a developer who has published something else on the game on Steam, and it has gotten good reviews. So it's slightly trustworthy developer, even though they are just making a very simplistic Sudoku game. We have another game on Steam called Free Flight. It's a casual game about flying in the air with interesting plane physics and low poly design. Came out today. It does look bright and colorful. I do have to admit that. It's like, it does look like it's random polygon circles and rocks. Something like Grow Up might be a little bit less polygon than that. Very bright and colorful, and in a skybox that's a bright colorful orange thing. It doesn't look like there's really too much of a game here for $1.79, honestly. But if I ignore that part and lower my standards, probably lower than I should, I could see some people wanting to play this. PC Building Simulator, by the way, is also out. Doesn't sound like it's quite what I would want, and it does seem like it has more gameplay now to it, where you're going to get missions on things you can do to a PC. Let's see. Alright, here's our reviews for the game Free Flight. The reviews are: do not buy this. This game is an asset flip from the Unity asset store. You even stole the asset logo. Pathetic. Do not buy this. Absolutely pathetic to buy something from Unity asset store and upload it without doing anything. It will ban you from the discussions because you mentioned the asset store package. Let's see. Next is not recommended. I was informed this game is asset flip title. This is my first experience with an asset flip title. It's probably not. A lot of people run into them and don't even recognize it. Look at the comments in this review. I'm leaving the original review, but I'm going to flip the recommendation. It's hard to recommend a game knowing that no original content was added. So we found an asset flip from a developer who has only one game listed. But there's no flag button. Like, there's no report the product for being an asset flip. Like, the closest thing you can do is call it fraud. And this is a problem. Steam needs to have a system that scans the Unity asset store, sees the name, sees the screenshots, and compares those things. Just that simply. Kind of like how YouTube has a content ID. They need a content ID with the asset store so they can, at the very, very least, stop people from uploading these things. And I'm sure this game will get caught in a week or two, but right now it's on the Steam store and people may buy it. Looks like 2 people may have, because they played it to leave reviews. Next game we have on Steam is How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness. Interesting title. It came out today by a developer who also made The Mind of Marlowe, which was positive. Rated positive. Let's see. This looks like a pixel graphics game. 16-bit pixel graphics zoomed in really close. It almost feels like a South Park-esque type game. What kind of game is this labeled? Free-to-play action adventure indie. Let's see. It's a free documentary film simulator. So it's a free-to-play game. I mean, I guess you can't complain with free, so let's see if there's actually anybody complaining with free. Negative reviews. There's 5 positive, 1 negative. The 1 negative review doesn't make any sense. Well, you can't really complain about free, can you? So, if you want a crazy game that is called How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, which is a documentary film simulator, and it's being used as an advertisement for The Mind of Marlowe, which I think The Mind of Marlowe looks like it is also a... Like, I guess I'm gonna wishlist this game and see if that proves itself to be something I'd ever want to play, because we've got like a real developer with a real style trying to actually make some good content, it seems. Next game we have is called Lucid Dream. Came out March 30th from Dolly Games, the only game they developed. It's 40% off for $5.99, which is pretty expensive. It was this early access adventure indie puzzle, but it's got a trailer of some sort that says something. They're doing like a charcoal pencil sketch animation in this trailer, which for a game called Lucid Dreams, I think I'm just seeing a trailer that's going to take the main character into their dreams and have them lucid dream. Like, this is a good art style. Yeah, you don't really work in such a dark medium like charcoal until you have a firm grasp that you're not going to end up with a black blob on your page. Let's look at some of these screenshots. It looks like it might be a crazy adventure game with like a point and click adventure puzzle game. This is right in my bag. I'm gonna wishlist this before I even go any further. Early access, sadly, and really expensive, sadly, but I'm still wishlisting it. There's no reviews at all. Let's see. I'm not sure for a game. I would play a game like this. Dolly Games. I assume this is Salvador Dali that they're referencing. I would totally play a game like this, but I'm a little uncertain about buying a very expensive game from an unknown person. But I'm putting it in my wish list, so I'll probably forget about that and just spend money. Because I get a little shopping crazy when the Steam sales come. Next game we have is called Brain Power. Brain Power is a multiplayer battle of words game. It's a piece of junk game is what I can pretty well guarantee you. Let's see. It's just like gray boxes and terrible, like not even Windows 3.1 level of quality. 40% off for $2.99. No reviews. Nobody's gonna give this game the time of day. Ignore Brain Power. Also ignore the anime called Brain Powered, because that was also terrible. Just as a side note. From what I hear. Here we have what is surely a hidden object game called Dark Canvas, a Murder Exposed Collector Edition, which is, I think, a re-release of a previous hidden object game. Big Fish Games is the publisher, and they publish a ton of tiny sort of hidden object games for kids, or kind of pretends like it's for kids, although a game called a Murder Exposed Collector's Edition is probably not for kids. Yeah, hidden object game. They want $12.99. Hidden object game should not go for more than $2. So yeah, I will wishlist this, but I will never buy it at that price. Nobody's been online. It just came out today, so it has a online peak according to Steam database as nobody has ever played it. Let's see. Moving on, there's a game called Together VR that came out today. It's the first game by this developer for $12.99. VR games being a little bit more expensive. This looks like this is a sort of random collection of like 2 games. Like one of these is a Japanese relationship girlfriend simulator games that are starting to become popular. So this is like Japanese girl walking around your apartment, but then half the other time you're holding guns and shooting and in this metallic place. So it's like, are you going into VR in the VR and playing a video game? This apartment is way too well decorated for books. It's got major amount of bookcases. I don't know what that really says about anything. It just seems like somebody probably went overboard with the graphical assets. What does this game say it was? I was like, the description says, come indulge yourself in your own private den and create sweet and loving memories with her. All-time peak of 9, which is a lot higher. It's full Chinese audio with Japanese subtitles, so I imagine this is probably a Chinese software. I would have... yeah, there's some factors that agree with that, because this animated girl is wearing like a tube top and hot pants showing off her midriff, which is not something that it's a little immodest compared to how a Japanese game would animate people. Let's see if there's any. Let's see, you need Vive or Oculus Rift to use it. See if the reviews are. Turn off that, turn off that. There are 2 positive reviews and no negative reviews right now. What do I want to do? Kill this one, I suppose. And kill this one. And kill this one. And then the turn. It does have a VR game inside a VR game. And this apparently you can play rock, paper, scissors with the girl. Yeah, the review's not giving it a glowing review as far as having actual content in it. It seems like there's a VR game, rock, paper, scissors with the girl, and maybe some conversation things that you could get through, and that's it. Let's see. What do I want to do? I attack with this, which means I probably could have attacked with that in the first place. I do this. I attack here. I do this. And in the turn. Well, this is the... Hey, we know Nikita Ghost Rush Games. This is just a Russian troll. Or some kind of troll of some sort putting out fake flip games on Steam. Every day, practically, he's putting out a new game. So today he's got Putin versus ISIS with MS Paint graphics and garbage, and 4-time peak, 25% off for 74 cents. Don't support this kind of garbage. People are reviewing it as troll jokes positively, which is not helpful. Let's keep playing here. PC Gamer has an article. There's a comet hurtling towards Fortnite, which I suppose they are teasing something new is going to happen at Fortnite. I assume this is both Fortnite and Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's see. Your Gamer has how to capture a Mew, how to unlock a Mew as part of the Mythical Discovery event. If you're interested in that. If anybody's still playing Pokemon Go. Mothership Entertainment is hiring a technical director. Let's see. Austin, Texas is The location, Mothership Entertainment. I'm not sure what they have made. I'm having a decent day of people getting disconnected and not playing too fast. Let's see. Technical director takes responsibility for developing, maintaining, and optimizing the next title in the award-winning Avon Colony franchise. Never heard of it. Mothership Entertainment is a plucky micro studio located northwest of Austin, Texas, in the Jollyville neighborhood. We focus on creating highly polished strategy game experiences with a tiny team and a close-knit studio culture. Interesting. I've never heard of them, but that doesn't really say a lot. Just keep on keeping on. See, I want to look at their website. They don't even have a corporate website. It's just avioncolony.com. How many games have they made? What's funny here is they're embedding a YouTube video improperly. Well, there's a bug with YouTube right now, which there might be a bug with YouTube right now. And so it's showing the next videos as you scroll. And I'm like, oh, that's my video that they're just showing on their website. Because I'm logged in as me and seeing all of that. Yeah, it seems like July 25th, maybe 2017 was when Avian Colony came out. Avon, AVN. And with no real fanfare. Let's see. Avon Colony joined Team 17's game label January 2017, the 30th January. So that might be part of it according to their updates. Like if they were sort of bought out. So maybe some big changes happening over at Mothership Entertainment. So if you're in Austin and can be a technical director, that would be cool. Let's just keep on playing and work our way up ranked. Next game we have is a game called A Story of Distress by Yellow Panda Games. This is the only game they've put on Steam. It's $29.99, really expensive, no discount. VR game, still really expensive. However, A Story of Distress is like not the greatest of name. And it looks to me like it might just be a VR dungeon crawler. Let's see. It says it's a strategy, action, adventure, and indie. Aren't they all? All of them are indie now. You and your brother set out to the big city of Aston in order to become successful merchants, but things went wrong when your brother gets murdered, filling your heart with pure rage. Take your vengeance on those who defied you. Use stealth to your advantage and try not to get consumed by rage. So it's like a stealth killing game. Nobody's reviewed this game, however. Nobody's going to put the money into it. And see, that's where big video game reviewers should be helpful, and they aren't. They just don't ever show up and pay the money to play really, really expensive, wild chances. Instead, they stick with the big AAA games that are easy bets, and often they get those games for free. Next game we have is called Escape the Pyramid. No reviews. Let's see. It looks like it's the third game released by this developer. all of which look like they have MS Paint style graphics, if they have any graphics at all. It's mostly a black thing. So this is attempting to do Super Meat Boy with MS Paint graphics. It looks horrible. Nobody's gonna spend the 59 cents for it. 40% off to be 59 cents. And that's why it has no reviews. Moving on. Next game we have is called Pixel Arcade that came out today. Let's see. It's the first game by this developer for $5.99, which is quite a lot considering it has 4 reviews. This is more like voxels than pixels. It's some kind of crazy, I think, VR platform swinging game where you, with one controller, swing the platforms and the world. It says it has 20 plus levels. Let's see. There's only one negative out of 11. The negative says it's okay, but if you own Climbey, CLIMBEY, then this isn't worth owning. It's a lesser experience than the same ilk in Neon. So that's easy enough to ignore this game because I don't have a VR and there's nothing here that looks that interesting. I don't think I'd want to run around and jump on a platforms in VR. I think we've already talked about it, but Nintendo of America, which would be Redmond, Washington, is looking for a software engineer. Being a software engineer for Nintendo of America pretty much means you're not going to be working on actual video games of Nintendo, though, because almost every bit of that is made in Nintendo of Japan, or it's to some other group. Instead, you'd be working in the software development support group, which supports Nintendo licensees in development of software on Nintendo proper platforms. So this job is a little bit different. So you'd be helping people port their games or get their games running on Nintendo Switch. That's a little bit better than the last job Nintendo had. We have a game on Steam called Wood Waves. Came out today, has 3 reviews. It's the first game by this developer, 10% off for $4.49, still a little expensive. It has a trailer and it has graphics. They are very flat, intentionally flat, sharp, kid-friendly type graphics, I would say. Something you would see for, like, say, a early learning cartoon where you wouldn't want too much detail to confuse people. And it seems like it is a sliding puzzle with ice and teleporters. And so it looks like it might be a bit of a challenge. Let's see. Reviews. 4 positive reviews, no negative reviews. One fun puzzle game that can get very challenging in the higher levels. Don't expect an easy ride. Fun and relaxing, very cute. I agree. It's asking a lot for this puzzle game. And let's see. There's an indication on how many levels there are. There are 50 levels in the whole game. Wonder why nobody's connecting today. PC Gamer has an article, the best and worst in-game books and codexes. Let's see. if there's anything here that is really worth mentioning. No, not really an article worth talking about. We've got another game on Steam that came out yesterday called Space Vomit. Let's see. This is the only game by this developer for 99 cents, no discount. I think I may have even talked about this. It looks like a car driving around tubes trying to avoid things. Early access, 99 cents. And still no reviews. So yeah, I don't really feel like this game's ever going to be given a chance, even if it deserves. I'm not sure it does deserve one, but yeah, Space Vomit just doesn't look interesting, and it's not designed graphically to be very appealing. It's just a simplistic concept ripping off an old arcade game with slightly better graphics. Something that you might do in school if you're a video game programmer. Not a polished, finished product that's worth actual money. Amazon.com has stopped the development of the fantasy sports game Breakaway. Apparently they were working on a fantasy sports game called Breakaway. This is a PC Gamer article a day ago. So this might have been an April Fool's Day joke. So I need to take that with a grain of salt too. The quote is, "We didn't achieve the breakthrough that made the game what we all hoped it could be." Let's see. Amazon's 4v4 fantasy sports game Breakaway in 2016. Like, there's really not even too much. This is a rather short article even for PC Gamer. So, Breakaway is no longer in active development. Oh well, I didn't know it was in active development in the first place. And PC Gamer's April Fool's Day roundup. I see no reason to go over that again. Niantic has settled the Pokemon Go class action suit for $1.5 million over last year's botched Pokemon Go Fest, where the Pokemon Go Festival was a mess. You can read that article on Gamasutra if you're interested. PC Gamer has watched Far Cry 5's different endings here. I'm not sure I am going to say or watch any of those. I'll watch them by myself and not spoil it for other people. Star Citizen has patch 3.1, which brings its character customizations and new ships. Brings in more character customization, or some character customization. There was a person that was retweeted that is a video game developer of some game, and she's followed by Indicate at least, and she says, "Note to the industry people everywhere, 50 to 300 sales on itch is what a successful looks like on itch. You know, just for your information. Just think about this. Itch sales for me come to about 2.5% of Steam sales. That means that every sale on itch represents 40 sales on Steam. But that's for a game that's also on Steam. The lack of press given to games releasing just on itch means that the multiplier is way higher. So you would get even less sales if it wasn't on Steam. This means the game can release just on itch and have a 100 owners and represent a game that could have 10,000 sales more on Steam. Any industry professional worth their salt should intuitively understand this and focus less on units sold on itch and more on the accolades like top selling in genre during release. But people seem to think that it just somehow moves thousands of units by itself, and it can't. Not unless you're very famous or, you know, maybe making porn. I love itch, but it'd be really nice if everyone could just be realistic about what's possible on itches sales wise. And then somebody asked, what time scale do you mean for those numbers? Launch month or so, or longer? Well, and she says, well, games on itch generally don't get any sales after launch months except for maybe sales. I don't want to get specific about my numbers in public because of my people misinterpret them, and I get enough issues with itch misleading industry people as it is. Fair enough. Alright. And the conversation just continues to go down from there. So the point of this, let's see, she's the founder and game dev of a game called Kitsune Games, is .com. So let's go to her website and see what games she's making. The point there in that conversation, as we continue playing one more game, is that there's been a lot of talk about, well, Steam doesn't get any sales, It seems like Steam still gets a lot more sales than itch does. Let's see. And so we should, let's see what kind of games they make. It looks like a lot of 8-bit bad quality games that you would expect on itch.io. So they are certainly in the right place. I would argue that of their games, one's called Ultra Hat Dimension, turn-based puzzle game. One's called No Way Out, point-and-click adventure. That's going to be confusing. And one's called Pixel Crush, twin-stick roguelike shooter. One's called Color Graphics Adventure, dungeon crawling card game. One's called Mid-Boss, turn-based dungeon crawler. And that's all that their website has, and every single one of those games don't look like they belong on Steam at all. Let's see. We have another game for Steam called Luminescence that came out March 30th. It has 5 reviews. It's 15% off for 84 cents. It looks like it's a visual novel. It's got that, yeah, casual visual novel, anime, fantasy, drama. It's got a trailer. Looks like your standard kids in high school visual novel type story, maybe with a dark twist at the end, maybe not. Like, you kind of just have to put that in as a warning for every game now. Let's look at what the reviews say. There's one negative review. Let's see. The negative review for somebody who played it for 0.1 hour says, terrible grammar, the story lasted 20 seconds. I hated every second of it. Please remove this awful trash from Steam store. Thank you. Let's see what the positive reviews say. This VR had very good potentials. Both endings left me with big questions and curiosity about the characters and the relationship. And this is for 0.2 hours. In fact, the longest anybody has played this game before reviewing it is 1 hour. So 1 hour of content, not even 1 hour of content for 84 cents. So I would definitely skip this even if you were a visual novel fan. Because this is just definitely not going to give you... Usually visual novels are the exact opposite too. They take forever to play. So if somebody can't even write a storyline and they're trying to release episodic visual novel episodes, that's not gonna work. Like every individual 30 to 60 hour visual novel game is an episode. That's why they're so popular, is because they are cheap and can take up a lot of time. I got lucky there. I should have attacked with that first, then played the spell card. PC Gamer has an article that Fortnite passes Minecraft to become the biggest games on YouTube. Nice. You can get, let's see, is this still on sale? 35% off the game Grood, Grood, for $1.94. What is this game? It came out March 30th. It's a bullet hell first person shooter game with one user review. Let's see. Insanely hard forensic gameplay. That's exactly the opposite of what I would want. If you want a bullet hell shooter that doesn't also have an anime aesthetic, Grood might be a game for you, but I don't know. It's the first game by this developer, so you're really making a gamble. Let's go skip that. And we've got all the new cards. I haven't even looked at them. I'm just going to look at all the new Wildwood cards for Hearthstone when the expansion comes out. And I don't see a real reason to look at them until then. And so I'm at the Humble Bundle store. We've got the Humble Indie Bundle 19 and the Jumbo Bundle. The Jumbo Bundle is now, if you pay more than $5.17, you get about 7 games, and that's the middle tier. What can we do? Transform this one into a sheep. That's what we can do. And the other bundle was the Indie Bundle. That was the Jumbo Bundle. And the Indie Bundle is up to a medium of $6.15 to get about 3 games. And in 20 hours, 1 more are going to be revealed as far as what you get. Both of these bundles are pretty good, and they have some random things that you probably don't own. So there's something worth looking at. This will probably be our last game for the stream because we've done, I think, everything, and I've just been playing for a while now just to, like, I finally did hit a point where I've done enough of the daily quests. Let's see, there's a Good Old Games latest weekly sale that has Splunky and Rogue Legacy on sale. I'm going down my Twitter now. YouTube Team YouTube says its 500 error is now fixed. People were getting the error 500 on their server, which isn't that a bad gateway error? Maybe not. It's been a long time since I've tried to do any networking. Let's do this. And this. And this. PC Gamer has an article. Man, they're just hitting it. It says, it has been 0 days since an esports pro did something racist. I mean, they're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna see a story like this every time. Let's see. And me opening new games for what's on Steam isn't even stuff that matters. Like, so I can just save that for Wednesday. Because yes, some more games have been released on Steam today. Scrolling down Twitter. If I play this, I can't do this. I'm seeing a decent amount of, like, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR is now on Steam. Like, the Japanese visual novels seem to only start to roll in about this time on Monday, so seems like they took the weekend off. Continuing to scroll through. Apparently, a Spyro the Dragon trilogy remaster has been possibly teased by a mysterious package. We'll talk about that Wednesday. Scrolling. Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th year celebration number 54 is airing, or aired 2 hours ago on my channel. I've been really bad and not pushy about asking people to click the bell. I know everybody hates to hear that, but I really do feel like there are people that want to see my content that are simply not getting notified when it comes out. You should be seeing 4 or 5 notifications from my channel every weekday, and if you aren't and you want to be, click that bell. The only other thing is, I guess, if you do like I do and you look at your subscription feed and scroll down to see everything from everybody, you probably already are seeing what everything I release, but I think a lot of people aren't. So I haven't fully thought of a way to ask and remind people to click the bell, but I want people to click the bell and subscribe. And if you have clicked the bell and you're not getting 3, 4, 5 notifications via a YouTube app on your phone, then you need to click the little pyramid next to the bell and make sure you didn't set it to occasional or set it to off. The whole system is not well set up. And so now I've scrolled down to where we started, which means I've seen all the news. All the news that's worth mentioning, I imagine. Yeah. There's really no story here on Gamatsu talking about a Spyro Dragon trilogy. They just got a weird dragon egg. And it says, the purple card said, "Something's about to hatch," signed by Falcon McBob. Falcon McBob is a name tied to Spyro the Spyro the Dragon Twitter account. Let's see. And like Elder Scrolls from Bethesda Game Studios, Elder Scrolls 5 VR, and it works with the VR headset. Is it Vive or Oculus Rift or Windows Mixed Reality, whatever that is? And it's 75 achievements to get all over again, I guess, if you've gotten all the achievements. It's a completely standalone game, though. It's not DLC or a patch. So $60, $59.99 if you want to buy Elder Scrolls in VR. And what's funny is that this has 32 reviews and it came out just today. So I wonder how many of the rabid Skyrim fans like are there. Interesting. I just somehow managed to lose all 8 of the negative reviews I was trying to look at. Interesting. A bad game called Downhill Deceits came out today from developer Jack for 99 cents. He just called himself Jack. Again, MS Paint level quality. Doesn't look good. Nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's gonna ever give it a chance. Why do people even bother? A visual, well, this says it's an adventure game, but I don't think so. This is a visual novel if I ever saw one. Called Sisters in Hotel Episode 2 came out, tagged with nudity and sexual content. And how much is it for episode 2? 59 cents, 40% off. You can buy bundles to get this is part of a bundle called the 65,000 plus achievement bundle for $14.55. How many achievements are in this? 4,824 achievements in that. Man, they've really got to do something there. Really gotta hold back these people who are insane. They want to give out thousands of achievements. Somebody came out with a game called Pokkaman, P-O-K-K-A space M-A-N, for $1.49, 25% off. It says it's an action indie platformer. It looks like an old arcade game, or it's kind of styled against something like that, but it's probably just a vertical platforming, maybe Angry Bird-esque type games. There was some game I know I played similar to that. Seems a little too expensive for what looks like a cell phone asset flip. Somebody's got a game called Papa's Time Machine, 15% off for $4.24. It's 3D graphics. It looks like Prince of Persia ripoff. Interesting. It looks like a student project type game. Not something that really should be on sale for $4.24 or on sale at all. It seems like it's probably an asset flip too. Because it's just this weird combination of things that shouldn't be combined. And if I could have just gotten past these three, I would have won this. There's a free-to-play game called Her Lie I Tried to Believe. There's an anime called Your Lie in April. L-I-E. This is the only game by this developer. And it says free-to-play indie sexual content. Nudity, looks like a visual novel. It doesn't look horribly animated, but it does look like it's a marker animation and not a lot of shading going on. Every cutscene is mostly just a very zoomed in picture of the main girl's face. So I wouldn't be surprised if you spend the entire conversation in front of her talking, and that's it. No reviews, free to play. Soundtrack is $3.99. Let's see. They say it's a short kinetic novel about the persisting hatred of a boy throughout his life, the destructive relationship that was born from it, and the consequence he had to face as a direct result. I didn't know I still needed to get some of those things done. And we're slowly going up rank too. That's interesting. So, Druid class cards on Wednesday. We've got a pack of cards we can't open yet. And all is set well. We didn't even go that long. Now, I am noticing that after a pretty early point, there seems like nobody got on the chat. So I don't know what happened there, if everybody got bored and left or what. Nobody answered the question of the day. In fact, instead I ended up answering what my top 5 games would be, and roughly answered that. Well, that's it for this stream. That worked pretty well for a Monday. We're not too late. If anything, we're maybe a little early. Maybe I can get some Darksiders 2 footage recorded. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, subscribe, click the bell, share, and watch every second of my videos, because all of that tells YouTube's algorithm that my video is good and worthy. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites like Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all of those links are down below in the description, including Facebook. If you want to support me, friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Bye.